Thank you everyone for joining us. We're excited to present this webinar on establishing Center of Excellence while driving continuous innovation in the age of AI and value-based care. I am Shreya Kanga, Marketing Specialist at NuAIg, and I will walk you through today's discussion. Today, we have Jyoti, one of our experts. She works as an AI manager at NuAIg. As senior care continues to evolve and the challenges in senior care leadership are increased by the technology expectations of baby boomers, our expert team has developed a webinar series, Transforming the Aging Industry with Artificial Intelligence. Through this series, we aim to educate industry leaders on how to leverage AI and its constituents across different functions. We have already completed 6 webinars in the series. Today, we are going to talk about establishing Center of Excellence while driving continuous innovation in aging services. You can find the recording of our previous webinars on our website. At the end of the session, we will open the floor for Q&A. Feel free to send your queries your way through chat, which we will be answering during Q&A. So the agenda for today's discussion is something like this. We'll begin by understanding the current scenarios, key focus areas, and challenges in senior living. Then we will explore how establishing a Center of Excellence can bridge these gaps, what Center of Excellence is. Moving forward, we'll delve into an automation use case and real-time dashboard for practical solutions. Before we jump into the session, let me give you a quick introduction of who we are and what we do. We at NuAIg empower long-term care providers to deliver value-based care by improving their efficiency through AI and its constituents like automation, data analytics, and generative AI. Our AI-driven RPA bots breaks the silos and reduces the repetitions by creating automation-augmented workforce. And analytical dashboards gives a 360-degree view of your community and accelerate smart decision-making. We have been extensively working in aging industry for quite some time now. And these are few of our clients. And having worked in a focus section in the healthcare industry, that is aging services, we understand your nuances, focus areas of leadership, and proven methods to achieve them all. Without further ado, let's begin today's webinar. Jyoti, over to you.
Thanks, Shreya, for introducing NuAIg and setting the ground for today's webinar. So, as Shreya just mentioned, that we at NuAIg are laser sharp focused towards this aging industry. And having extensively worked in this industry, we do understand the focus areas of the leadership. Some of these are highlighted on the screen as meeting the increasing needs of the baby boomers, enhancing operational efficiency, reducing expenses and cost, boosting occupancy rates, improving the resident experience, planning a resident-centric care, having data insights for proactive decision making, and many more, definitely. But these would be the very key focus areas. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you who have joined today would definitely agree with us on the above points. So just to ensure and make this webinar engaging with the participants who have joined us today, we would want your opinion on, are these your focus areas or not, or which is your most critical focus area out of these. I'll start poll. So on screen, you'll be seeing this question with some options that we just mentioned. We'll be happy to have your opinions over here. It's great to see so many responses. I'll wait for another 2 more seconds probably as the responses are coming. All right. I'll end the poll and I'll share the results. Okay. So, uh, as I was just mentioning that these are the focus areas for the communities, and the poll results also shows the same, that the leaders who have joined today do agree with us that these are also their focus areas, and they've equally kind of voted out these each of these focus areas. So reaffirming that how we very well understand this industry and how we are aligning towards helping leadership reach these goals. So let's move ahead. And all right. So, having said so, and affirming with the poll results that we understand your industry, we understand the leadership goals, and this is where we do come in, where we do help you in achieving these goals, and and we do understand how important and how a lot of groundwork is needed to reach out to these goals. This is where NuAIg has been helping out communities identify the gaps in the areas of opportunities where you can leverage AI to reach these final goals, these strategic goals of your communities, of the leadership. So, taking a step ahead, let's see the current scenario in the aging industry. A significant hurdle that the industry faces is the existence of departmental silos. Each department operates independently with varied processes being executed across different software platforms. And this fragmentation poses challenges in data management, hinders the ability to gain a comprehensive view of the whole community, of the whole organization's health, and hence making it very difficult for the leadership to make those proactive decisions in finally bridging those gaps and achieving their goals. So this image will give you a better understanding on what I was just referring to, the departmental silos. So the departments in your communities must be using a few of these softwares which you see on the screen to keep the operations up and running. But the challenge over here is that these softwares do not talk to each other, and to keep the information sync across these systems, your workforce is forced to put a lot of multiple hours of efforts into manually putting up data from one system to another, creating reports manually by pulling the data, such that the leadership can actually track all these KPIs very proactively and make these decisions. Now, this is where our COE, or our Center of Excellence model, comes into picture and is helping many community leaders identify the gaps, bridge them, and make those smaller wins step by step to finally reach their end goal, their strategic goals. So, this model is centered on an approach of continuous improvement, where our dedicated team of advisory consultants to work very closely with you to identify the areas of improvement and then tailor build the solutions with the right AI tools of automation, data analytics, or generative AI, such that each identified problem is uniquely addressed to bring the best value for your organization, for your community, for your residents, and for your employees. We are also currently working on a few of the generative AI use case with a few of our existing clients. We'll deep dive into this in the later slides. So to execute our COE model or our Center of Excellence model, we work with the stakeholders around your organization working in the different departments to assess the current state of the organization, the department. We call this as conducting an organization-wide assessment, where we work with the stakeholders in your organization, try to understand their problems and their challenges which they face in their day-to-day activities. Post which we put our industry knowledge, our proprietary framework to identify the areas which can bring in the most value to your organization. The solutions are designed and built around the AI technology that could bring in the huge savings to your organization. There is no one tool that we offer, there is no one technology that we offer, but we actually use the best AI solution that can solve your problem in the best efficient manner. So to give you a flavor of how we work and how we assess your current organization problems and identify those small areas of improvement and help you bridge those gaps. Here is an example of one of the organization-wide assessment which we conducted for one of our client. Here we actually assessed 6 different departments, and post our analysis, we recommended that adopting AI-driven automation, digitization, data analytics, and optimization of the different processes can bring in almost roughly $1 million savings annually to the organization. And this is not a one-time saving, but is a recurring one which you can enjoy which you can actually enjoy each year. So the workforce is also freed from the mundane task and the repetitive activities which they were doing, and now they can also focus on much more important areas. So you enjoy the two benefits, one of the cost savings and then of redeploying your workforce towards better and much more important areas. So this is how we assess your current state. This is an example of one of the process mapping we did post our assessment. How we assess, we sit with your stakeholders, we try to understand their process. So here is a quick example of status notice process, which is being carried by HR departments. And I'm pretty sure in your organization also it's being carried out. So majorly, whenever there is a status change for an employee, like there's a new hire, there's a promotion, there's a termination or leave of absence, a status notice form has to be initiated for which the applications are filled manually over physical papers, sent out to ARD department, the HR department, and they will extract the information about this employee from HRMS system or ask for the relevant documents. So there is a lot of back and forth that happens and a lot of manual work of managing the data, extracting the data, and finally approving and rejecting the application altogether. But the major challenges were that there was no easy means to track the status of the application for the employees, and there was no central medium wherein all the applications could be stored, the data could be managed for these requests. So we analyze the current state and process the solution, which can be optimized by adopting the digital forms and the AI-driven automation, where as soon as the request is submitted, the end uh, the request can be taken up by the bot, and would fetch the information from the HRMS system, fill up the status notice form, and send out to the respective approvers for their approval. The only human intervention would be to just approve or reject the request. Everything would be taken up by the AI driven bots. And also the whole process, which was earlier for almost 10 steps, needed 10 steps, had been optimized to just 6 steps, which also is being taken up by the bots. So that's how the processes gets improved. That's how you actually leverage these assessments and AI to make your community a better place. So as I was mentioning that this was the solution we developed, and this is a glimpse of how this digital form, the central application, looked like for one of the category of this status change, which is leave of absence. These can be filled by by the employees directly, and the bot will take up the rest of the task, sending it across to the approvers for their approval. Now, in addition to this automation, we also developed these dashboards. On screen, what you see are the sample dashboards that we designed for this whole process, wherein the HRs can track the multiple requests that have landed in their queue in the past couple of months, and they get an overall view of what are the actions that were taken on, which are the pending, which needs to be immediately attended. So overall, giving them a glimpse of the requests that have been raised over the past uh, 1 year or so. And these are highly customizable. So depending upon what and how the needs of the organization change, these can be altered and changed. That's the whole beauty of the COE model, where we continuously improve and evolve and innovate. So this was a small example again of the process automation which we took for during our COE engagement. Our clients have been talking about our COE model and how our dedicated team has been continuously working with them to leverage AI, data analytics, automation, and unlock the potential savings across their communities. The one above is from Travis Glennon, who is currently the VP of Innovations and CIO at UMC, United Methodist Communities, based out of New Jersey. And there are many more which you can find on our website. Also, recently, NuAIg has published a case study of our work with UMC, where in our COE model, we have closely worked with their leadership to understand their pain points in tracking the KPIs, which are very crucial to keep the overall health of the organization up to the point, and also taking those proactive decisions in better resident care. And this is where we build multiple analytical dashboards, connecting data from multiple departments and giving the leadership daily insights into those critical KPIs for the proactive decision making. So this brings me to the end of the webinar, and I would like to summarize over here how NuAIg has been helping communities in the senior living industry transform and embark on their AI digital transformation journey through our COE model. The NuAIg COE model focuses on continuous improvement, where we help you identify the areas of improvement that can align with your strategic goals, and then help you bridge those gaps by leveraging the right AI tools of automation, data analytics, generative AI. And to I would like to press on this point that we are not the technology providers, but are the advisors in the industry who can help you in leveraging the right AI solution, help you develop these right innovative AI solutions that fit to your communities, to your needs, and thus making it an overall better place for your employees and the residents you serve. We'll be uploading the recording of this webinar onto our website. You can view and share it with your team members. Also, you can book a knowledge sharing workshop with us where we can explore and educate your team members on AI driven technologies, CRC through our COE model, adoption of digital transformation journey, and laying the roadmap for it. With this, I would like to open the floor for Q&A. All right. So we do have a couple of questions. I'll take them one by one. So the very first one that we have is, what all changes do our workforce have to bring in to their daily life to implement with COE model? Okay, so I guess that's a very important question, and I would like to answer it in such a fashion that the only positive change would be the AI enabled process transformation that they can gradually adopt to and bear its benefit. There's no other major change that would hinder their day-to-day activities with the COE model adoption. It's the model that actually with which we actually listen to your problems very carefully, very minutely, and then we develop the solution without making your daily activities a challenge, but making it much more enjoyable for you. Okay, so the next question we have is, how do the automation bots work? That's also a very important question. So as I was mentioning, the very important use case or the tool for AI adoption is the automation bots. So these automation bots are like your virtual workforce that will sit on the back end of your systems. They they have the capability of mimicking the human behavior, just like they can open an email, they can send out emails, they can prepare the reports, they can extract the data, they can log into the different software systems, and they function 24/7 without taking a leave, and also without hindering the day-to-day activities of your workforce. So they'll work at the back end and enhance the productivity of your workforce by quickly turning out those reports, those activities which your workforce were putting in a lot of efforts and hours into, and making their life much more easy. Okay, so the next one is, are there any specific processes that you automate? So as I was mentioning, that the whole COE model is centered around your community. The focus area is to listen to your problems, to understand your current state. So we do not specifically point out straightforward, this is the process you should automate, but we advise you to automate and design solution. We advise you to automate those processes which we assess and find that these are the major areas which can help you improve, and then we design the solution for those processes in a fashion that could bring in the best output for your workforce, for your community, taking out all those mundane, repetitive tasks from their day-to-day activities. All right, I think I'll take one more question All right, so the last one is how much time do our teams have to give during the COE assessments? So we actually engage with the departments, the stakeholders over a very short duration of 1 or 2 hours of call to get a walkthrough of their current state and their pain points. And probably that is the major chunk of hours that we need from your department or your stakeholders. And the other meetings and other calls would be need based. So to understand the current state and what all challenges you are facing. So not much of an effort and hours are needed from your departments. It's mostly our work. We just need some of the few hours from your end. That's all. All right. So I think uh, we have the questions, but we can share it across and answer over the emails. Thank you everyone for being a great audience and joining in and having this engaging webinar with us. We look forward to connecting with you on one-on-one calls, and we'll meet up in the next webinar soon. Thanks everyone.